You are about to enter the world of Buddhism. You will learn everything from what a Buddhist eats to how they worship and live their way of life. You are going to discover new things about this religion you have never learned before. Some main points or laws in this religion is the past steps to the Noble Eightfold Path. Number 1, right view. Understand the Buddha's teachings. Number 2, right thought. Act out of unselfishness. Number 3, right speech. Speak kindly and thoughtfully. Number 4, right action. Have good conduct. Avoid killing, stealing, lying, or misusing the body. Doing things that cloud the mind is not good. Number 5, right work. One's job should do a good and avoid harm. Number 6, right effort. Work for self-improvement. Number 7, right mindfulness. Develop a self-awareness. And number 8, right concentration, focus, and meditation. Some words from a true Buddhist woman was that they avoid excess wealth. They do not want to be too rich, or they do not want to be too poor. They are generally in the middle class and are hard workers. Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to be interviewing her. Number 1, how does Buddhism apply to your everyday life?
If you follow Buddha's teaching, that might have a numerous ways in your life, because you have tamed your mind and you are well prepared, so you can handle any situation if you follow Buddha's teaching.
What makes Buddhism different than other religions?
I have to correct that question. Buddhism is not a religion, it's a philosophy. So what he taught is come and look, and if you follow the teaching, you can achieve the final goal. So I think that's the major difference. So anyone can come and learn, and anyone can follow Buddhism, then anyone can reach to the final goal of the Buddhism.
And change their point of view on life, right?
Yes.
Okay. What kinds of food do you or are you allowed to eat?
There are no restrictions in Buddhism. You can eat whatever you want, but it's up to you. Like, you can choose whether you are going to be a vegetarian or whether you are going to be vegan or you are going to eat anything. Because if you don't like, in Buddhism it says killing is not a good thing. There are 5 precepts that we follow each day. So first thing is not to kill or not to disturb any other living. So if you don't like killing any animal, I think anyone will eat meat. But it's up to person decide who needs to not to.
Okay.
There are no restrictions.
No restrictions
imposed.
Okay. How is Buddhism practiced in your home country?
As Buddhist, every full moon day, that means once a month, we go to temple and they observe here. There are every day we follow 5 precepts, but on full moon day we go to temple and we devote that whole day practicing Buddhism. So there are 8 precepts as well as there are 10. So normally if we go early in the morning, we take our breakfast with us or just go to the temple, follow those precepts, do meditation, listen to sermons, and try to live at least that day according to Buddhism.
Okay, so you devote one day every month
Yes.
to your religion?
At least.
At least?
Yeah.
Okay. How can Buddhism help you when you're faced with a certain situation or decision?
Yeah, that goes with the first question, like day-to-day life. If your mind is peaceful, then you can handle more problems, right? Day-to-day life means you get in touch with more troubles, you have like difficult situations. So if your mind is tame and if you are physically and mentally, that will help you to handle a lot of questions. You don't get excited, you don't get too sad. So
he's trying to say you don't want to have excess.
No, you're not going to extremes. So you can handle the situation simply.
Okay. So simplicity is the main goal.
Yes.
Yes.
Being simple will take away a lot of troubles from you.
Okay. Do you worship at a temple or independently?
If there is a chance that I can go to a temple, I will go. But if there's no situation like that, I'll stay at home and do all this stuff. No need to go to a temple. You can stay at home and do all this stuff at home.
Okay. So, what are different subcategories or kinds of Buddhism? Like, for example, in Christianity, there's Catholic, there's Orthodox, there's Lutheran, there's different types. What are different types of your?
There are two types, but actually in Buddha's teaching, there are no types. He taught only one thing. But afterwards, when it passed to country and by people to people, they have rituals, and then when it started Mahayana Buddhism and Theravada Buddhism. But at Buddha's time, there wasn't any subcategories, only one teaching.
Okay. What are common items in your household that are related to Buddhism?
Actually, it's a practical thing. Normally, we keep a Buddha statue or a picture to worship. Other than that, we don't keep any other stuff. Like that's as a symbol to respect. Yeah.
How do you feel about death and the afterlife?
If someone born, what we have to learn is he or she or it's going to die. That's the basic thing. So we have to accept that. That start happening in our life. So in Buddha's teaching, it helps you to get along with that. We have to understand if we have a birth, we have to die as well. What we don't know is when it is going to happen and how it is going to happen. But in Buddhism, what Buddhist teaching helps you to go in that path and get ready for that. That way, like at your deathbed, you're not afraid, you're not scared, you're ready to face that.
And you believe in reincarnation until you achieve
yeah, the rebirth is there, and everything happens according to your karma. Whatever if you do a good karma, that will follow you as same as if you do a bad karma, that will follow you as well. So according to karma, your next life will be different.
Okay. How do you keep in touch with you perform during an adult's or child's life, for example, in other religions, baptism or mitzvah?
No, actually in Buddhism there are no rituals. As I mentioned earlier, when you pass from country to country and from one person to the other, there are so many rituals, but it's not in Buddhism. There are no rituals in Buddha's teaching.
Okay. Thank you for taking the time out of your everyday life to come do this interview. And would you like to explain these books you brought, these pictures?
Yes, this is about teachings of a Buddhist monk, and now in Buddhism it's important to know that you have to live present. That's normally we live in the past and future, right? So in Buddha's teaching, it teaches how to live in present. So this book is from Venerable Ajahn Sumedho. He's an American. He's from Seattle, and now he is the president at Amaravati in London. It's a monastery. They practice Buddhism. There are a lot of monks come from different countries. They can stay there and we practice Buddhism. They do meditation and all the other practices. So this is about teachings of Buddhism, Buddhist monk, and now is the present. And this one is from a Sri Lankan bhikkhu. It's Venerable Jnanananda. This book about towards calm and insight. If you get a chance, just go ahead and read this book. It will help you to tame your mind, especially. Okay. And these are some statues that we can find in Sri Lanka, Buddha statue. So we have a special day. We celebrate like Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and death. So we call it Vesak Poya. That's the full moon Poya day. Normally we send these cards to each other, the Buddhists, which have Buddhist Buddha statue. These are Vesak cards, we call it. And this is a picture postcard from Sri Lanka. This is.
Oh, I've seen this statue before in the textbook they mentioned.
Yeah, and these are Sri Lankan monks worshiping the statue.
So thank you again, and thank you for reading your books and taking your time and explaining it. Okay.